Let's just jump right in, shall we? Today, we are tearing into a monumental 7-word proposition that, well, it pretty much runs the modern financial landscape. It's a phrase you've definitely heard, probably thought a lot about, and maybe even argued over while mapping out your financial future. We're going to unpack the sheer psychology behind these words in this explainer.
Which is better? It's the ultimate metric of success, right? I mean, we chase it in literally everything we do. But in the financial world, it is the million-dollar question that completely divides the crowd and sparks just endless debate. It forces this instant comparison that immediately grabs our attention.
So here is the complete source material for our explainer today in its absolute entirety. Trading versus investing, which is better? That's it. But man, this single sentence is so incredibly dense with meaning. It lays down the absolute boundaries for our entire exploration today, really framing the lens through which millions of people approach the market. You know, financial media and everyday chatter almost always frame this like some sort of zero-sum heavyweight bout. We are totally conditioned to see these as two distinct ideologies, right? Just competing for your hard-earned capital and your limited attention. It's presented as a fundamental dichotomy, perfectly setting the stage for a massive clash of philosophies.
So let's look at the active side first. Trading. Just the word itself implies immediate, dynamic action. It demands a super high cognitive load, requiring split-second decisions to exploit these tiny micro-inefficiencies in the market. It is highly active, constantly moving, and entirely focused on capturing opportunity right here, right now, before the window abruptly slams shut.
We are not talking about years or months here, folks. We're talking about moment 1, moment 2, moment 3. The whole psychology of trading structurally opposes the very concept of waiting. It's all about capturing margin in the present and instantly resetting for the very next opportunity. The entire strategy basically lives breathlessly in the immediate present.
But then you have investing. Investing requires a completely different psychological profile. It is the methodical, deliberate deployment of capital. It relies on the quiet, relentless power of compounding and economic growth to basically do the heavy lifting for you over a long, undisturbed period of time. You're trading frantic action for calculated endurance.
Unlike those high adrenaline bursts of trading, the investing horizon stretches far, far into the distance. Year 1, year 5, year 10. It structurally requires zooming out, trading that immediate gratification for the immense benefit of letting time act as your greatest compounding asset. Actually, think of it like this. You are no longer managing moments, you're managing decades.
Which brings us to the absolute centerpiece of this whole philosophy. By placing that tiny two-letter word, VS, versus, directly between trading and investing, a massive, overarching conflict is immediately manufactured. It forces this psychological wedge between the two concepts, quietly whispering to us that they are strictly mutually exclusive paths.
But you've got to ask yourself, must it actually be a battle? The inherent tension of that VS forces a really tribal mindset. You're basically told you must be a trader or you must be an investor. But what if they aren't enemies at all? What if they're simply complementary tools sitting in a much larger, far more sophisticated financial toolbox?
The conceptual architecture of this philosophy actually takes us on a very specific journey. Step 1, it introduces action. Step 2, it demands patience. And step 3, it artificially locks them into conflict. It is absolutely crucial to realize how this subtle framing dictates our entire perception of wealth building, totally narrowing our options into a strict either-or proposition.
Okay, let's pivot to the second half of our phrase. Which is better? Read that to yourself with a more philosophical, inquiring tone. This simple question completely shifts our focus away from the daily, gritty mechanics of how to make money and points us directly toward the final outcome. It demands a definitive conclusion.
The real trick of this phrase, its brilliant minimalism, is that it demands to know what is better without ever defining the metric. Think about it. There is zero objective data here. No return on investment percentages to compare, no risk parameters, no volatility charts. That intentional absence of data transforms better into a purely subjective measure.
So we really have to ask, better for what? Is one better for your time, given trading's heavy cognitive and screen time demands versus investing's largely hands-off nature? Is it better for your unique psychological wiring? The truth is, better depends entirely on your personal reality and what you are ultimately trying to achieve with your capital.
And so we circle right back to where we started. Trading versus investing. Which is better?
After deconstructing the action, the patience, and the manufactured conflict between them, we finally realize the answer isn't in the phrase at all. The answer is inside you. So, which path actually aligns with your reality?